Everybody, Moo here. Today we're going to be taking a look at a much requested Tsum Tsum, Cinderella and Bluebird. But first things first, you guys, I hope you had a fantastic Christmas. Tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so this is going to be the last video we're making in 2021. And as a result, I just want to wish you guys the best in 2022. Good health, good fortune. I'm hoping this COVID thing kind of starts weaning away a little bit as everybody's kind of getting vaccinated worldwide, and you know, these newer variants don't appear to be nearly as lethal. Please don't let me jinx it, but I'm hoping 2022 is going to open up and everyone's going to get maybe a little higher level of normalcy than we've experienced thus far. Anyways, 5 to 4 and the coin booster are enabled as always. Let's jump straight into the game, see what Cinderella is all about. We're going to do our usual 3 games, try to figure out a good way of approaching her, and we'll just go from there. So let's just get right in it. Right in it, dude. This is exciting. I like these like dual Tsum Tsum mechanics. So here we go. See what this skill does. See what this skill does. Okay, it makes a bunch of her. Next question I have is, can we combine the skills together? So let's make that happen. Alright, can we press her first and then the bird? No, we cannot. Okay, so they're individual of each other. And it looks like the best way to go about her since it is Cinderella after all, it's to use Cinderella to charge up the bird and then use this part of the bird to try and make time bubbles. And it looks like 2 time bubbles is kind of where we want to be at here. 2 time bubbles attempts, that is. So we get 1 here and 1 there. And then if you use this right away, that's not necessarily a good thing. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking now. Okay. When we cast the skill immediately after charging out Bluebird, we let it kind of churn a little bit, and then this can hit for about 9 to 16 as well. And maybe we can get a 3rd time bubble attempt by kind of sacrificing some coin with Cinderella's skill. See, that was a 9 chain, so we could potentially rig the system a little bit to get a 3rd time bubble attempt. That's kind of what I'm thinking right here. Okay. Let's let it kind of drop down a little bit. We hit for 10. We got a time bubble. Not bad, not bad. I wouldn't even worry too much about wasting Cinderellas because there's quite a few of them on screen. I don't think you're ever going to be without Cinderellas. It's the Bluebird that you definitely want to abuse as far as getting time bubbles. That's the important part. Making use of the Bluebird. So everything else is kind of spammable. Spammable is the right word. Here we go. Okay, got a few more time bubbles there. That was bad because the chain didn't connect at the bottom of the screen. I'm just trying to cast all the skills before the time expires so we don't have to suffer through the animations. First impressions could potentially be good as far as score is concerned, but nowhere near as good as the original Cinderella, because the original Cinderella, essentially you can have 10, 11, 12 attempts at a time bubble per skill use, With this version of Cinderella, at least based on my initial impressions, 3 is kind of the maximum. So this Cinderella can definitely get you very high scores. It's just you're relying a lot more on RNG because you don't have the throughput of time bubble attempts that you do with the original. So let's just jump into another game. Now that we kind of know what we're doing, we can kind of play to try and get a high score in the next 2 attempts. So there we go. My phone is lagging a little bit. That's okay. We'll figure it out. Oh, we did get... Okay, so it is possible. I have just confirmed. You can, in fact, get a time bubble by purposely shortening the first chain with Cinderella and then using the full skill to get you back into fever time and get you some coin. So that is the play. You get 3 attempts if you do it properly. So essentially you're sacrificing the first burst of Cinderella to get you 1 extra time bubble attempt, and the second one is the one where you could get some coin. Okay, alright, we got this. We figured it out. Very nice. Very, very nice. There we go. $17, that was a bit too much. But the good news is, if you're going to use the strategy, you don't need to use the bubble boosting item because you don't want to hit more than 9 to 16, right? You kind of want to keep that number lower for once. So that was a 9 chain, very good. Okay, this one didn't go according to plan. Okay, we'll use this first, and then we'll use the Bluebird. And the other good thing I like about this Tsum Tsum is you create a ton of bubbles, like just regular bubbles. So the fluidity of the gameplay is actually quite nice. I like it. You don't have to worry about getting stuck outside of fever time, because even if you're not hitting for very much with Cinderella, you're always going to have plenty of bubbles on screen to kind of pick up the slack for you. So not too bad, not too bad. Looks like we're not getting another, unless we get a time bubble here. No time bubble. Okay, that was not a much better game. This is definitely going to be one of those RNG scenarios where we have to play enough games until we actually get lucky and get some time bubbles and get a pretty decent score. So I'm thinking our third game, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to play a few games until we get a good one. And I'm going to post that as the third game so you guys can kind of see a slightly more reasonable example of what high scores can be achieved with Cinderella. So I'll be right back with game number 3. There we go, game number 3. We only care about time bubbles. We don't care about how many Cinderellas we waste. And that is not a consideration. We just want to extend our time as much as possible. So in this case, I will always use the bird first, even though we already have Cinderella charged. Very cool. This time I'm going to do it in reverse because we don't have a bubble. I want the bubble first, so we can do that, that, and that. I need the burst so we can get back into fever time. Well, I guess we'll take this one. Otherwise we're gonna be here for the rest of time, dude. But yeah, Cinderella and Bluebird is very good for score, but you're going to need to play quite a few games until you get all the time bubbles you need to put up some really nice numbers. 13.5 million. You can definitely get, you know, at least 30, 40, 50 million with this character if you have the patience to play that long. The good news is, because you're playing for such an extended period of time, you know, the coin that you're earning, even though it's not a good coin per minute amount, is at least going to cover the cost of your boosters and then some, especially if you hit a coin fairy. So all in all, still pretty good. But my recommendation is, if you want the high scores, go for the original Cinderella, because she lets you make, you know, 12 to 13 time bubble attempts per skill use. Again, Cinderella and Bluebird gives you at most 3. So there's a huge difference in capacity for high scores. And on top of that, with the original Cinderella, you only need her at SL3 to start pushing out those very large numbers, with the bubble booster enabled, of course. So those are my thoughts. Very fun, very fluid, lots of bubbles, lots of interactions, really cool. But the original Cinderella, it's where it's at. Anyways, guys, again, Happy New Year. I wish you all the best in 2022. Good health, good fortune. I hope we get to all travel again and just have a little bit of normalcy. Until next time, I appreciate you all very much. Your likes, your subs, your viewership means very much to me. And if you have any questions, comments, leave them all in the comments section below, as always. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.